today for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you will not believe it. I was sitting in my living room looking at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly, and I found something which I believe is the scariest chart I have ever seen. Not only the scariest, but also the easiest in terms of like the most easy to understand one. This chart speaks a very clear language, a surprising language as to what we can expect for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrency in the immediate short term. And guys, I'm really under the water. I'm just having a cold, nothing crazy, but it's insane, and I'm recording the video for the fourth time now, so please leave some love, smash up the like button, and let's go straight into it. I want to talk about this chart, and I don't know if you watched that video 9 hours ago, but it's still completely relevant, up to date. Watch that video if you missed it. I don't know if you watched that video 5 days ago, the biggest crash in history. Watch it if you haven't. This one is very important. The chart I want to show you right now is excluding all the noise. It's really breaking it down to the core of what's happening right now. And it shows us exactly what we can expect right now. I want to focus on that only. It does not focus on, are we going to get a huge bounce now soon? I mean, after every crash comes a bounce, right? And it does not, let me go and let the chart speak, because this is the most powerful thing. If you're looking at my trades, yes, my Ethereum trade is still open, my Bitcoin trade is still open, and no matter how this plays out, I will keep it open. This is a very long-term trade. I took $9.5 million in a profit already. Liquidation price of the Bitcoin trade is at $44,000, 44,200 US dollars for the Bitcoin trade, respectively 1,600 for the Ethereum trade. If this chart plays out, it can get very, very ugly. Let's talk about it. And this is a weekly chart, but not just some weekly chart. It is actually this chart here. And ladies and gentlemen, this chart does not care about whether we are getting a huge bounce this week or something. It just cares about one thing. Is this M pattern, double top, going to break towards the downside or not? And the nice thing about this chart is it's the weekly chart on the line chart. That this line chart excludes all information. If you have a bar chart, it shows you the open, the close, the high, and the low. The wicks are the high and the low. The bodies are the open and the close. If it's green, the close is higher than the open. If it's red, the close is lower than the open. The other way around. So for this chart, that is not even important. It just shows simply the weekly closes, and that's it, and connects them with a line. And the nice thing about that chart is that I think it represents reality a little bit better. Looking at the, crazy, like, I don't really feel that, but the cold is like here. It represents reality better, because you can see on that chart, on the line chart, that the first high is higher than the second high. On the bar chart, you can see that the first high is actually lower than the second one. Remember, while I was in Davos in Switzerland, we had this big pump towards 109,000 US dollars. Well, that one got sold off pretty quickly. That was just a wick to the upside. It was not really a strong second high. If you look at it, the first high was created with much more strength, with more volume. And the second one was simply just a quick wick. So this chart really shows a little bit better what the current situation is. And an M pattern, traditionally a successful M pattern, or to be successful and have a higher likelihood of playing out in the bearish way as it predicts it, has the first high being higher than the second high, representing that the bears are stronger and preventing from Bitcoin from creating that second higher high, right? So what we are seeing here is that, and again, I'm not telling you we are not bouncing, right? I mean, of course, like after every crash we are getting a bounce. That's not what it's about. What this chart shows you is, if we are closing a weekly candle below 93,500 US dollars, and guys, believe me, I'm saying this for the fourth time because my storage is full. I hope I fixed it now. If we are closing a weekly candle below 93,500 US dollars, likelihood significantly increases for us to break down to the following price target of 83, rather 84,000 US dollars for Bitcoin in a final capitulation move towards the downside. I know that it interests you what I think whether this is the start of the bear market. That's why I want to address that very quickly. I personally believe, and that's what I said in the video 5 days ago, that the bear market and the recession overall in the global economy will start in the second quarter of Q2, right? Latest. That doesn't exclude the first quarter. I just think it's much more likely that it's in the second quarter before summer in Q2. And it is not really about what we feel or what we want. It's more about what the chart is telling us. Show me the charts, I will tell you the news. So here I want to exclude that thought process, whether the bear market is starting or the bull market is just having a breather. I want to put that on the sidelines and now focus only, not even on whether we are getting a bounce or not, only on what happens in the next 2 weeks. If we are closing a weekly candle below, most likely going down to 84,000 US dollars. As long as we are holding it, we are golden and we are potentially reversing. That's it. That is what I'm going to look for to decide what my action plan, my game plan is for the next 2 weeks to come for Bitcoin. So that's it. My holding portfolio remains completely untouched from that, right? I am the biggest bull in the universe. Don't get me wrong. Let me know what you think about that. Share this video with your friends. I really want this to reach as many people as possible. As far as I know, our video from 9 hours ago is the most watched one on Bitcoin on the internet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the second most watched, but I really checked everywhere. It's crazy. Thank you for your support. We are going to see each other very soon at the next of MMCrypto. As always, guys, as always, please recording work. Please. The 4th time, guys. As always, bye-bye.